India is a prosperous country, but it was surrounded by harsh geographical conditions. So, therefore, whenever India became weak, it was targeted by foreigners, especially Central Asian. Examples are Aryans, Kushans, Huns, Turks, Mongols, Mughals, Iranis, Afghanis, Shakas, Huns, etc. This happened because prosperity can't survive with weakness. In 1000 AD, when Muhammad Ghazni came to India, said to have India plundered 17 times. Plundered means lootna. Polity was weak. Society was divided as caste system, sati, untouchability. Culture was stagnant and backward. In 1000 AD, India became the victim of Turks. Be- because India was weak in context of polity, society, culture, but economically India was golden sparrow. In 18th century, India faced challenges on many fronts. Weak polity, divided society, backward culture. Before 15th century, Central Asians were the main threats to India. But from the last phase of 15th century, Europeans also became the contenders for India. Contender means davedar. For example, Vasco da Gama lands in Calicut on 20th May 1498. Second example, Governor of Portuguese in India, Afonso the Albuquerque captured the city of Panji, Goa in 1510. And third example is Portuguese tried to occupy Hooghly. But Shah Jahan was the powerful Mughal ruler in Delhi. Next example, in 1686, English tried to occupy Hooghly, but Aurangzeb was still powerful in North India. These events show that from the very beginning, Europeans, apart from trade and commerce, wanted political dominance on Hindustan. Polity is the guardian of economy. Europeans became dominant because of powerful rulers in northern India. They were waiting for the right opportunity and they got in 1739 Battle of Karnal between Muhammad Shah Rangila and Nadir Shah. Nadir Shah was the Iranian ruler. He not only defeated Muhammad Shah, he plundered the wealth of India including the peacock throne, Kohinoor diamond and the wealth of around 70 crore. This defeat and humiliation of Mughal rulers gave the message to European companies in India that the story of Mughal rulers is over. In this scenario, they once again stood up for their previous dream of political dominance. The European contenders means Shamgiri Nirmata at this point were English, French, Portuguese, Dutch. Portuguese, they did marriage alliance with English and were out of race for Indian Empire. Dutch, they did strategic alliance, that is, they left the claim on India in return for Spice Islands. In this way, the only rivals for English were French, and this laid down the foundation of Anglo Karnataka wars between English and French to decide who is the real aspirant for Indian Empire. First Anglo Carnatic Wars. In North Tamil Nadu, Karnataka capital was Arcot. Sadatullah was the founder, after that Dost Ali, and after that dispute between Anwaruddin and Chanda Sahib. Under Carnatic was to presidency comes Madras and Pondicherry. Madras English and Pondicherry French presidency. Reason for the war was the European tension between English and French on the issue of Austrian War of Success. War of Austrian succession involved most of the powers of Europe over issue of Maria Theresa's succession. Tension in Europe affected two parties in India when Dupleix is the governor of Pondicherry, encircled Madras. Encircled means घेरना. Dupleix convinced Anwaruddin to surrender Madras to him after taking it away from English, but lastly he betrayed Anwaruddin. This led to Battle of Saint Thome between French and Anwaruddin. This battle was important for Dupleix because he understood Indians' lack modern ideas of nation and nationalism, and also lack of discipline strategy in the local army. In this background, he starts streaming for a French empire in India, and this became background for Second Anglo-Carnatic War, in which his victims were Carnatic and Hyderabad. Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle in 1748, in which Madras was given back to British in exchange for the French fortress. Fortress means Killa of Louisbourg in North America, which British had captured. Now the Second Anglo-Carnatic War. Most important reason for Second Anglo-Carnatic War was the appetite of Dupleix, which was aroused after the Battle of Saint Thome. Dupleix was the French governor of Pondicherry. The immediate issue was dispute of succession in Hyderabad and Carnatic. Founder of Hyderabad, Nizamul Mulk, founded on 1724 and died in 1742. After the death of Nizamul Mulk, there was dispute between Muzaffar Jung and Nasir Jung that who will be the next king. And in Carnatic, there was dispute between Anwaruddin and Chanda Sahib, son and the son-in-law. In this scenario, Dupleix aligned with Muzaffar Jung and Chanda Sahib, and the Triple Alliance defeated and killed Anwaruddin in the Battle of Amba 1749. Dupleix succeeded in putting Chanda Sahib on the throne of Carnatic. On the other side, Nasir Jung was also killed in 1750 and Muzaffar Jung was on the throne of Hyderabad. Dupleix was successful in putting his candidates on the throne of Hyderabad and Carnatics. The two of them, as a reward, given big gifts to Dupleix. For example, Chanda Sahib gave 80 villages in Pondicherry. Muzaffar Jung gave the town of Masulipatnam 20 lakh rupees cash to Dupleix, and Dupleix was made honorary governor of territory from river Ganga to Kanyakumari. This battle gave the formula of conquest kingmaker. Conquest means Vijay. The Second Anglo-Carnatic War led to the birth of formula of kingmaker. Interference in the internal matters of Indians and having economic and political gains. This formula was evolved by Dupleix but was successfully applied by East India Company and Robert Clive. In 1754, the achievements of French Dupleix were on its peak, and this was the pain for English. This situation prepared the ground for emergence of English hero in the Indian history, Robert Clive. Robert Clive, through his Arcot episode, eliminate Chanda Sahib. After that, the English company succeeds in removing Dupleix from India. This was a big achievement for East India Company, strengthening the position of East India Company in South. Robert Clive was rewarded when he was sent as a governor for Fort William in 1756. Robert Clive in 1757 succeeds in maintaining dominancy of East India Company in Bengal. The rise of Robert Clive and dominancy on Bengal was the great achievement for East India Company. East India Company became very powerful in comparison to the French Company, and elimination of French was the matter of time. In the Third Anglo-Carnatic War and in the Battle of Vendy Wash, the French claimed on India was washed away. East India Company became the sole contender, means Ekmatra Daveda, for India, and story of British conquerors means Vijeta starts from Bengal.